We are all feeling, to one measure or another, the revolution we are all in. No matter how different our perspectives, we are all witnessing the dreadful death rattle of patriarchy's stranglehold on this, our planet. In the nerve-wracking uncertainty of this turnover, there can also be found exceeding joy in this first chapter of a newborn renaissance. The shadow of fascism creeping alongside our collective transformation only reveals the depth of change we are undergoing. Bigotry and intolerance are but clues as to how inept the puppeteers really are in the face of global rebirthing. Like spoiled little boys throwing violent tantrums, the elite is trembling behind well-armored facades. We all know that might does not make right, and money is not the Holy Grail. The numbing influence of military, corporate, social, and genetic engineering is wearing off, while the governing body stands like an emperor with no clothes. It is dawning in us that the Holy Land is the whole planet, with all of its interconnected life systems and different ways of worshiping the progenitor of it all. We are finally finding our way through this rat race we have been packed into, reaching the other side of its once impenetrable distraction. We have arrived at the promised land of so many prophecies, revealing itself to be the paradise we took for granted or banished ourselves from. We were taught to fear, dominate, or even hate our motherland, our very source and sustenance. But we are seeing now that self-destruction is not intelligent or necessary, that suicide is no longer an option, and that life on this earth is a sacred thing to be honored and protected, not destroyed. We are realizing that water is in fact life, and the forces trying to poison it should be imprisoned, not bankrolled. And the Rainbow Warriors come to liberate the people from this destruction, greed, and enslavement is none other than us. So like that moment when a mother pushing harder than she has the strength to lets out the last bloody scream before birth, we are coming to see who we really are. We are not, as we were taught, only one person with only one heart and only one God. Rather, we are many, a planetary being with many hearts, many stories, and many gods. Like the blood in our veins, uniting us as one creature, there is divinity behind every unexampled face. In this school of hard hits, we learn the art of humility and come to recognize the source of all life residing in every living thing, like a wizard behind a curtain. Quibbling about differing theologies is like children wrestling for an apple in an apple tree, bruising all of them in the scuffle. The stories of David and Goliath, Durga and Mahishasur, the Knights of Templar, and all the heroes with 1,000 faces. These are our stories, and we are those heroes saving ourselves. Those who say it is naive to believe in such possibilities are blind to their own naivete, like an old woman looking for the glasses on her forehead. Those too afraid to let go of the old and long outworn paradigm, with its file cabinets of fear and stockpiles of deadly pollutants, might unfortunately go down with that ship. There is, however, another being built, And we, its architect, are designing it with liberated thoughts, genuine hearts, and affirmative intentions. Building houses, not walls, is what is being called for at this unfamiliar and interesting time. Planting food that will not kill us and protecting the water that keeps us alive is the obvious recipe for sustained life on this planet. Nurturing relationships with all the parts of who we are is the blueprint for a new temple, the sacred geometry of the self. That self-same voice asks why we are not pulling our allegiance, money, and attention out of corrupt governments that do not in fact represent us. The time has come to embody this renaissance, rising up from the heart of our own conscience. This is the golden age, where we honor one another, ourselves, and this place we call home. Now is the time. Here is the place. Our beautiful island planet. Paradise, remembered